Hallo zusammen, da bin ich mal wieder hier aus Essen an einem neuen Stand und zwar mit Which Fated Souls, einem Indie-Rollenspiel, über das ich auch gerade gestolpert bin, als ich lang gelaufen bin. Und bei mir steht Liz, die Autorin und Publisherin, die dahinter steht. Und ich wechsle mal wieder ins Englische. Falls irgendwas nicht verständlich ist, schreibt es in die Kommentare. Ihr kennt mich, übersetzt es dann einfach. Und ja, hi Liz.
Hello.
Great to have you here. What is Which Fated Souls?
Witch is a modern dark fantasy roleplay setting where you play a witch or warlock who sold their soul to a demon for power.
Okay.
And it's really heavily focused on roleplay actually, and kind of your character search for redemption or damnation, depending on what type of character you play.
So I can both decide to say, oh, I want all the power, I don't care about my soul, or I can say, well, I did like the idea of being really witch, but now I want to have eternal life instead.
Well, indeed, and some people like sell their souls for good reasons, like maybe their sister is sick and they want her healed, and a demon offers that. So they say, of course, I'll do anything for my sister.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you regret the decision you make afterwards, and you kind of have to try to find your way back from that and what you did.
So, how is it the usual game master plus 4 players approximately?
Yeah, I played it with 2 players. Then you get like a more intimate experience. But yeah, like normally like 2 to 6 players and a GM.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. What about the setting? You mentioned it's like modern times, so it's very similar to the world we live in, but then there are some differences, obviously?
Yeah, it's kind of like, we base it like, at least like some of our inspirations were like Buffy and the Craft, so that's very much the kind of world you're in. And you have a very dark personal life, but actually the world's quite fantastical. So there's like a spirit world, there's different planes you can explore, there's a council of witches and warlocks who are actually very helpful. They want to see you, be the best person you can be, find your redemption or gain more power. So they're also there trying to guide you.
Okay.
And
And what's a typical adventure, so to say, that you could go on with this group?
Well, we have one Halloween adventure, for example, and it ends up that the players get sucked into something called the Changing Lands. And the Changing Lands are a place where all the shapeshifters came from originally. Okay. And they have to kind of explore and try to get out. So it's a mix of very character-driven stories, because the DM is encouraged to weave everyone's stories into the main plot, and then with kind of epic adventure.
Ah, that sounds great. We've talked a lot about the setting, but what about the rules? How do the rules work for this game?
Okay, we have a very basic 2d20 mechanic, and then you add an attribute and a skill against the difficulty to see the result of your check. And we kind of have a special magic system, actually.
Okay.
We don't limit the amount of magic you cast, because, well, you're a witch or warlock, so you should be able to cast magic. The only thing is that the more power that you channel through your body, the more it builds up in you.
Oh.
So the more chance you have of something catastrophic happening.
Okay.
Yeah, you could like write yourself out of existence. You could unleash your evil clones on the world. It depends on the type of magic you're casting and how evil your GM is.
Yeah, I could imagine a lot of very evil ideas for if the GM really wants to.
Yeah, normally wheels start turning, you know what I mean, when you think about it.
So how much is the game? So is it I see a book, I see cards, I see a GM screen. What do we have?
Okay, so this was unlocked during our Kickstarter.
Mm-hmm.
No, the book was Kickstarter. Then we unlocked the Devil's Deck, which is a basic tarot deck, but you can use it in your game.
Okay.
So actually, you can do things like hold your demon because the deck has power, so you can hold your demon to deal. So if they offer you a spell, you can make them keep promises like they won't hurt anybody for a certain amount of days, and you can also use it to tell the future.
Okay.
And we're having a player's guide come out after Spiel. Mm-hmm. And in the player's guide, we also give out-of-game rules for you as a DM to give a card to a player and say, congratulations, you're cursed. And then the character has to work the curse into their story, and then when they work off the curse through the role play, then they'll get a benefit from it.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we have the GM screen, and that has all the basic rules on it, so if you don't want to be flipping through the book, you can just look on a screen
How much is it?
It is $35 in our web store, and right now at Spiel it's $29 as a discount.
Okay. So for those who are not here at Spiel, where can we find the web store?
We have a very easy name. It's angryhamsterpublishing.com. And that's where you can find our store and also information on our upcoming releases, our blog, and stuff like that.
Great. Den Link gibt es natürlich wie immer auch unten in der Beschreibung. Yeah, and what about the cards and the GM screen? Will they be available too?
Yeah, so we actually have, you can buy them on our web store, and we also have a combo package on our web store. It's €50 and you can get all three together and a free PDF for the book.
Great, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Dann bin ich hier auch mal wieder auf dem Weg und schaue mich noch ein bisschen weiter um und gucke, was ich noch alles finden kann. Und wir sehen uns an einem weiteren Stand vermutlich. Bis dann.